Scene 7, Jerome and the Queens, cast of characters. Erdma, shepherdess of souls, statuesque, wise, played by Catherine Phipps. Geraldine, black male, Jerome's drag persona, mid-20s, played by Stephanie Brown. Old Jerome, black male, Jerome's aged self, 60s, played by Michael Shepard. Jimmy Beatty, white male, offstage, 20s, tourist, played by Richie Kotwika. Alex, bartender, friendly, easygoing, played by BJ Stokey. Jerome, black male. Geraldine, out of drag, mid-20s, played by Vosh Bodie. Captain Bragg, white male, 50s, good old boy, played by Will Candelaria. Scene, the Rage Drag Club in the French Quarter. Time, 1940s. The stage is dark. Erdma, her rope a bit shorter, begins offstage, entering through the house.
Be it welcomed or not, death, like life, comes to you all, for life gives you death, just as spring gives you fall. It's a push or a pull, or a piercing sharp pain, of darkness, of light, the plan that be lain. It's the start and the stopping, the beginning and end, the cycle, the pattern, the rhythm, the wend. For this you must know, as it shall come to be, that beginnings and ends will all come to thee. The ends they be many, expected or not, be it fast or be slow, or flesh it shall rot. Yet for those by their hand who hasten the end, who scoff at the gods, are divine, they pretend, to take someone's life, not theirs to possess. They've wagered and lost in life's game of chess. They've taken a life, one not theirs to own, their pathway now strife, their eternity known.
She leaves the stage, exiting through the house as the lights fade to black.
Yes, life be a mystery, a gift you are lent. Rejoice, embrace it, without want for it pent. First Henry, then Hans, Jerome now, poor dear, await what must come, their detours draw near.
Upright center is a small stage with gold mylar fringe curtain at its back and a mirror ball hanging in front. Mid-right, a bar with 3 stools and a stiletto-like knife. Down right sits a pub table and 2 chairs. On the table, an ashtray and a lit pub candle. A sign hangs above the bar reading, "It's all the rage, live girls, Friday and Saturday evenings." The girls' apartment at left is defined by folding room dividers. 2 armchairs flanked by a small draped table holding a telephone and ashtray. A large hat box with a vase of peacock feathers sits on the floor. The house and stage are dark. A dim straw-colored light comes up on the sign over the bar, as if faded over the years. Geraldine, seated at the bar, back to the audience, is sipping a screwdriver cocktail. Impeccably dressed for daytime, with voluminous hair and perfect makeup, she is not a cartoon. Old Jerome, entering at the back of the house, walks to the stage. In partial drag, wearing a man's suit and shirt, a silky scarf knotted around his neck, and a cape draped over his shoulders. He wears makeup, earrings, but no wig. His hair is touched with gray. His voice, less feminine, is a bit husky with age.
There was this little bar called The Rage on Rampart Street, and me and the girls were always there that summer. There was a tiny little stage, and we would do shows on Friday and Saturday nights. The rest of the week, it was just a jukebox playing. Mostly tourists were stopping in for a drink and to ask the bartender touristy type questions. But at night, it filled up with locals out for a little fun. The 3 of us were about the same height, and we were all skinny and posed, so we shared wigs and costumes and pretty much everything but makeup.
Low light up on Geraldine. Old Jerome steps into the Rage stage.
You know, I certainly did love those times.
He exits through the fringe curtain. The bar comes alive. The rage sign now a vibrant pink. The mirror ball, lit, spins, lights up on the bar.
Anyway, one Thursday, we see this tall drink of a handsome young blonde white boy peering through the window. We was the only three in the bar, being afternoon time, except for Alex, the bartender. Open from 9 a.m. till 5 a.m. the next morning, there was always a bartender on duty. We smiled and I used my index finger to invite the boy in. He opened the door and walked up to the bar. I gave Charlene and Diana a look and they moseyed on back to the dark area that was the stage, leaving me alone with the boy. Hey, sugar, I said, how's about buying a girl a drink?
Sure.
His smile and the twinkle in his baby blues just bowled me over.
What does a beautiful girl like yourself drink?
He asked, and I realized he had no idea what I was, which was fine by me. I'll take a screwdriver. Alex knew to put no booze in my drinks.
A screwdriver for the lady. I'll have a bourbon with a beer back.
Alex pours the drinks and serves them.
The boy likes the Boilermaker.
Well, what's your name, darling?
Geraldine Reed, I told him. What's yours, hon?
It's a pretty name, Geraldine. My name's James Betty. You can call me Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy. When he took out his wallet to pay, Lordy, don't know when I seen so much cash. Last guy we took only had $50 on him. We sat and drank for a while. He kept ordering the same over and over.
I got some inventory to do in the back. Just holler if you need me.
Jimmy told me he was alone and drove in from Louisville, Kentucky. That's a long drive, hon. And you have a car.
Yes, ma'am. I got me a Chevrolet KA Special Deluxe convertible. Ha! Brand spanking new. Just bought. She's beaut.
Oh, hon, I would love to go for a ride with the top down. He looked at my chest.
We could do that.
He was beginning to slur his words. On my signal, Charlene and Diana came over. Jimmy, these are my friends, I said to him. Charlene and Diana.
Damn. Y'all three are mighty pretty. Yes, sir, mighty pretty. Pretty.
We all giggled at our joke and then drank some more. When he was really drunk, Charlene tried to lift the wallet from his back pocket. He caught her, jumped up and roared.
What are you trying to do? Rob me? You bitch.
He pushed her away. I stood up. Oh no, Charlene says. I was just touching you, hon. Such a handsome hunk of a man you are. He stood there angry, looking at her like he's gonna grab her. I was still behind him.
I'm gonna report you bitches to the police. That's what I'm gonna do. This is a setup, and I'm calling the cops.
With his back to me, I pulled out my stiletto knife just to scare him. Well, with his hand on the wallet in his pants, he whirled around to me. I was inches away from him, and from behind, Charlene hit him over the head with a beer mug.
Oh.
As he bent forward in pain, she pushed him, and my knife sank right into him. It all happened so fast.
Oh.
I don't know then that it went right into his heart. I pulled the knife out as he fell to the floor. Alex had been in back doing inventory or something. And when he came out, she saw the boy on the floor making gurgling sounds and blood spreading out over his shirt.
What the fuck happened?
We don't know. The three of us were becoming hysterical. It was an accident. We didn't mean nothing by it.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to call the police.
Alex ran into the back to call for an ambulance, and Diana ran over to the boy. Oh shit, he's not moving, she said. Then pulled his wallet out, took most of the cash, and put it back in his pants. We hightailed it out onto the street and down the block to our apartment. As we ran, I ditched the bloody knife in a storm drain.
She throws the knife upstage.
We all know that if Jimmy survived, he could identify us and drag. We also know the police will be calling. So to keep from being taken downtown, we washed off our makeup and changed into our man suits, shirts, ties, faster than we'd ever done.
Geraldine begins to exit as Jerome, her male counterpart, dressed in suit, tie, dress shoes, colorful socks, and a fedora, enters from the Rage stage. They meet and pass by each other. The Rage lights and the mirror ball light dim, lights up on the apartment.
Diana hid the money in a big hat box and hoped they wouldn't search our apartment.
We all met back in the living room and decided our story would be that I only was there. I was there for cleaning. I took the trash outside, and when I came back in there was this white boy holding a switchblade or something and took off running. That poor boy was on the floor bleeding. It was all bullshit, but we figured Alex wouldn't rat us all out because we was the entertainment that brought folks in. We had just got our story figured out when...
The phone rings, startling Jerome, who shrieks.
Oh, shut up, I ordered Diane and Charlene.
It rings again.
Hello?
Jerome, it's Alex.
Are the cops there yet?
Yeah, they're here. And you girls got to get back down here. The boy's dead and they want to talk to you.
What'd you tell him?
I told them nothing, except I was serving a tourist at the bar. He was the only customer in the place. That I went to use a can, when I came back, he was stabbed on the floor.
Okay, but we ain't dressed as girls no more because we don't want to get arrested for that. I'm the only one that's coming, and I'm gonna tell the cops my story. You gotta back it up, okay?
Just get your ass back down here now.
Okay.
Jerome hangs up, replaces the phone.
We is all scared shitless at this point.
Captain Bragg and Officer Hanson enter the bar. Bragg waits impatiently. Hanson wanders about, making notes. Apartment lights dim, bar lights up. Jerome crosses to the Rage.
When I got back to the bar, Jimmy was covered up and on a stretcher, and they was loading him into the back of a black station wagon marked Orleans Parish Coroner. There was 2 cops inside, and one of them looked real familiar to me. Hello, officers. I understand you want to talk to me.
Come here, boy. Sit down.
Jerome sits. Bragg writes in a small tablet. Hanson goes up to the Rage stage and pokes about.
He took my name, my address, and my phone number. I didn't drive, but I had my ID, so he copied it down from that.
All right, Mr. Reed. Start from the beginning and don't leave nothing out, boy.
I work here part-time and I do cleaning and stocking, officer.
Listen here, it's Captain.
Captain, I've been here 3 years and I ain't never been in trouble with the law. Then I told him the story we all decided on, and he kept me there for a long time.
Hanson goes to the bar and talks quietly with Alex.
I didn't see him too good, Captain. The sun was coming through the window, blinding me. He went over to the bar to talk to Alex again. His partner, Officer Hanson, said nothing, but I swear I caught him giving me a wink.
Hanson smiles at Jerome and winks.
I don't know why I find white boys so sexy, but he was so damn cute. I just couldn't figure out where I'd seen him before.
Hanson, go check and see if that meat wagon's gone. You heard what the boy said. Is that what happened?
Yes, Captain, that's how it happened. I didn't see the guy who stabbed the young man, but my employee there, Mr. Reed, saw the guy briefly as he ran out. That's all I know, sir.
Bragg looked back at me. I tried to look real innocent like and nodded my head. I tried to look sad, not scared, sad. I didn't tell the cops this, that I had knifed the boy by accident. I didn't tell them that Diana had stole his money, and I did not tell him that Charlene had attacked him. There were no innocent parties here. I was not in drag, so they couldn't arrest me for that. After Bragg talked to Alex, he came back over to me.
We'll look into your version of events. You can go for now, but don't even think about leaving town, boy.
I sure won't, Captain.
The medical investigators want to interview you about this.
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to do whatever I can to help you find the killer of that poor boy.
Bragg exits.
Weeks went by and things were beginning to settle down. We heard nothing more from the cops.
Lights up on the stage and mirror ball. Alex is behind the bar. Geraldine, in a glamorous dress, hair, makeup, and large pink boa, is performing, smiling, strutting, bowing. Applause and cheering are heard. Hanson enters in civilian clothes, pulls up a stool at the bar.
We even went back to doing our show at the Rage. A few nights later, we saw Officer Hanson there. He was off duty and not in uniform, and it hit me. This is where I had seen him before, and I realized he was a homo too, like us, only white and under wraps.
Lights up on the apartment and to half on the bar. Jerome crosses to the apartment. Geraldine freezes on stage. Alex and Hanson freeze in place. The stage lights dim. Applause ends. Jerome sits in the chair and lights a cigarette.
No one was ever charged in the murder of Jimmy Beatty, that handsome boy from Kentucky. Alex told me the boy's parents had been called by the police and they drove down to pick up his car and ship his body home to Louisville. I was glad his parents didn't come into the bar. I was afraid I'd cry. The police told them that they were working hard to solve the murder, which was a big fat lie. Truth is, they didn't even bother to investigate it. They knew what kind of bar the Rage was.
He stubs out his cigarette.
And if there was anything the police hated more than Negroes, it was homosexuals. And all of us knew that.
Jerome freezes, lights dim. Old Jerome enters from the Rage stage, carrying a glass of bourbon. Dressed as he was at the Open, but no cape, a shabby faded boa around his neck. He stops, looks at Geraldine, and smiles.
Ooh, that was so many years ago. I can't believe I fit into that dress.
Walks to the pub table, surveys the audience, runs his fingers over his hair, adjusts his boa. At the pub table, he sighs, puts down his drink, pulls out a chair, and sits. He's tired.
We got older, and the girls moved out of the quarter.
All lights fade to black, but old Jerome's. The mirror ball goes dark. He lights a cigarette and sips his drink. He smiles and holds them up.
I do miss these, and I miss the old days. Charlene moved to Baton Rouge, and Diana went on to work in Las Vegas. I moved to Metairie, found a boyfriend, Gavin. We had a cute little bungalow just up from the lake. Oh, long gone now. We both worked at restaurants till it was too hard to carry on. I had a good life and never spoke to anyone again about that awful day in the quarter. After many wonderful years with my man, I died in my sleep, just slipped away. I floated out of bed and tried to make coffee, but my hand kept going through the pot on the stove. It took me the morning to reckon that I was gone. Oh, my dear, sweet Gavin was a mess. When he found me that way, ooh, I hung around for a little, wanting to help. I didn't know how. I was gone. Well, his family had some money, so he was able to make me a funeral and I got buried. I roam the quarter now, and honey, the new drag acts, some of them are very good, some of them are not. They called it dirty drag, and I don't much like it. They look like they belong in a circus. Now, in the old days, we took pride in looking as beautiful as we could. Times change, often not for the better. The Rage closed many, many years ago, and ironically, it's now a satellite police precinct. Gavin is with me now, and we've made a few friends, including Officer Hanson. Oh, there are a lot of us spirits in the VUCA. We watch the jazz shows, march in the parades, haunt the bars. Oh,
Stubs out his cigarette.
the best way to describe it is a joie de vivre. This is the best place in the country for folks like us, living or not. We'll be in the quarter for a long, long time.
Lights fade to black. The pub candle remains lit for a moment. He blows out the flame.
Oh, and the wind began to blow. Yeah, it thundered and it lightning. Oh, and the wind began to blow. Oh, there were thousands of my poor people. At that time, they didn't have no place to go.